Police have been using water cannon to try and extinguish fires burning here. So what you see behind me is a helicopter taking off to transport scientists to what is left of the Swiss village of Blatten. The far right has come out on top in the first round of France's parliamentary elections. Helicopters are having to drop in supplies to this region, including fresh water and food. Those were the words of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi as he met with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin. President, do you think Europe is really a reliable partner for Africa? And is this a partnership of equals? Both of these sides saying they want to protect peace, stability and prosperity in Northern Ireland, but two very different views of how to get there. Here at the Polish-Ukrainian border, signs remind refugees to keep safety in mind. We are right on the edge of Moldova, and just over there, across the border, is Ukraine. EU ministers have been trying to work out how to deal with the latest US threats to slap 30% tariffs on most EU goods. EU governments seem to be dropping like flies, and that's got people here in Brussels worried.
I'd never thought it would be this bad. Southport was one example where, people were locked in the mosque.
What do you think this shows to Europe and the rest of the world?
Claire, I cover a lot of big political summits, and it's striking to me every time it's mostly men. The French National Assembly divided like never before, and they have a budget to pass.
Europe has entered a new chapter of history, with the protection of a superpower no longer secure. We've travelled across the continent to find out whether Europe has the firepower to back its bid for more military might, and whether people back the pivot toward preparing for war. In 2024, democracy will be tested like never before. So, will this be the year democracy gets a vote of confidence, or eats itself alive?
I'm DW correspondent Rosie Birchard. I'm going to take you from here in Brussels on a world tour of some of this year's most consequential elections to find out.
But Europe is determined to catch up with its own vision for AI, one that's based on stricter rules to protect user data and privacy.
We set out to understand, will this strategy help Europe close the gap?
I'm joined now by the man who's leading the European Union's fight against foreign disinformation. Is the US walking into a trap set by Russia?
The ceasefire would be a trap.
I'm joined now by the Prime Minister of Bulgaria, Nikolai Denkov. Shouldn't the European Union in that case just simply keep its nose out of this?
In the sand, objects outlive their owners.
The shore here is still strewn with destroyed clothing, shoes, and even parts of the boat so many hoped would carry them to a safer or a better life. Some of those delivering the training, like this Ukrainian army psychologist, have already seen active combat.
It's hard to see when die your friends.
Have you seen friends die?
Yeah. Yeah.
After the horrors, now the weight is agonising.
They took them and we are just trying to save whoever is still alive.
At his apartment, he shows us photos of loved ones lost after his family home was hit amid Israel's massive bombardment of Gaza.
I lost my father, my mother, and my sister.
How many people in total did you lose?
22 from my first degree family.
Most students in the See My Music School in the Belgian town of Wavre are visually impaired, like Luella.
Can you tell me what it feels like to play with the other musicians here?
Well, it feels nice and warm inside.
It feels nice and warm inside?
Yeah.